is Barb Samuel. I'm the Executive Director of the New York Planning Federation. Here with me remotely is Allison Lapointe. She is the current board president of the New York Planning Federation. And Jonathan Cantor, our Region 3 Director. And let me just double check. I don't think Chuck Voss has joined us at this point. Is there anyone, can we do introductions on your end so that we know who's here?
Absolutely. Barbara, do you mind if I record the meeting here?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Just give you a heads up on that.
Hi again, sorry.
Oh, we hear you.
Still can't hear you, but you all look lovely.
Okay. Would you guys like to introduce who's there on your end for Village of Fayetteville?
My name is Karen Shepherdson. I'm the board secretary. Jane Rice is our chairperson, who's currently on mute.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jane Rice. Nice to be here tonight.
And Joanne.
Hi, I'm Joanne Gagliano. Nice
Hi,
to see
Joanne.
everybody. Excited about this award for Jane tonight.
And then we have Jennifer Bybee. That's another
Hi,
board member.
everybody. Really
Sorry,
excited
no
for
one's sure of
Jane.
the order.
Right.
I know it.
We respond well to Jane's direction. No, I'm kidding.
I'm Scott Dumas, associate member.
Sarah.
I'm Sarah Bollinger, member, and I'll throw it to Dan.
Oh.
Dan Reisman. Dan Reisman's another one of our board members.
He just doesn't. Dan, you want to turn on your video?
I wonder if he stepped away for a moment. And then we have also joining us Mike Jones, our codes officer.
Hello,
And-
everybody.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
And our village attorney, Ted Spencer.
Hello.
Hi, Ted.
Hi,
Hi,
Ted.
Ted.
Congratulations, Jane.
Oh,
Well, thank you
Ted.
all for being here tonight and for being willing to do this remotely with us. We're always happy to showcase individuals who have given their time and talent to the planning community and to their municipalities. And Allison will be presenting the award tonight. I'm going to text her and let her know that it's go time so she can do the presentation.
Well, I've been given the go. I still can't hear any of you wonderful people, but I'll do the best I can while I watch you all chat, and congratulations. So I am Allison Lapointe. I am the president of the New York Planning Federation, and it is my honor today to present the John O. Cross Award for Planning Board Chair. The John O. Cross Award is given to a planning board chairperson in recognition of their outstanding service to the community. This year, the New York Planning Federation John O. Cross Award is going to Jane Rice, chair of the Village of Fayetteville Planning Board. Jane has been chair of the board for 13 years and has been a member of the planning board for 26 years. She is a professional planner and is a principal and director of planning with EDR Environmental Design and Research. Jane has applied her skills in land use planning and design together with her knowledge and understanding of Fayetteville and its land use regulations to lead the planning board in their important work. She helps to ensure that applicants appearing before the board are treated fairly and with respect, and uses her skills in community engagement to facilitate public participation during the project review process. With all of this, Jane is also a volunteer member of the Onondaga County Planning Federation Board of Directors, the American Planning Association New York Upstate Chapter Board of Directors, and was previously on the New York Planning Federation Board of Directors. She also has volunteered her time and expertise in giving a number of presentations on topics on planning, zoning, and community design. Congratulations to Jane, and we offer our thanks and appreciation for all that she does. Congratulations. Very, very well earned.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're all clapping.
It looks like you're clapping lovely, but still can't hear it. But congratulations. Thank you very much.
And Jane, do you have the award with you?
I do.
Let me, I'm actually going to, because this is the only way we can do it. Oh, did it come out of the thing?
Yeah, hang on, not to worry. There we go. Beautiful.
This is the best job we can do.
It's
A
beautiful.
photo of you getting your award.
Hopefully it wasn't, I don't know, there you go, there you go. There's not too much of a, you know,
Reflection.
error, yeah, reflection, thank you.
Let's get you in
Bad
there.
time
and
to
It'd be
we'll
nice to
hold
have
it
your
to the
face with it.
I know, we need to see you too,
Yes, let's
Jane.
see you a little bit. If we could
Oh.
hold it to the side.
There you
There you
go.
go.
Beautiful.
Oh, let's get Jane back on
Here, come
screen.
on, Jane.
This is very different.
Oh, there we go.
How's that doing?
Great.
It's pretty
That's
fun.
Excellent.
awesome. Congratulations, Jane.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And congratulations, Jane.
Thank you,
Jane,
Jennifer.
thank you very much. It was an honor to be here with you tonight and to do that. And hopefully one day we will meet in person at a meeting.
Yes, I look forward to that. I really appreciate all of this effort, sincerely. I'm truly, I'm kind of humbled by the recognition given to me. I have to say it was kind of funny this weekend. I was explaining to my kids, kind of bragging a little bit and explaining to them that included telling them the number of years I've been on the board. You have to remember they're in their 20s, so they don't quite, they're like, how many years? And then my son said, why would you serve for so long on the planning board? And it got me thinking, and I really, truly believe that a community is very important and adds great value to our society, and actually down to influencing the quality of life that one experiences while growing up. And so I don't know, it's of great value to me to just contribute my time and talent to the board all these years, knowing that I could have a positive influence on our community in its present time and also in its future and for future generations. So, but I think honestly, I have to give a great shout out to all the other planning board members, to Dan and Jennifer and Joanne and Sarah and Scott and Chris. They're just really dynamic people to work with, and they've been a delight to serve on the board with them. And I know my community doesn't understand the depth of talent that they have on their planning board, but they're really lucky because we have a great planning board. Everybody takes it very seriously, works very hard to understand all the issues, and takes all their decisions, very seriously, which is great. It always ends up in a real positive way. So thank all of you board members. It's great. I look forward to the day that we get to sit next to each other again, comfortably. So, and the Planning Federation, thank you. You guys do great work, really important work across the state of New York. And that's, it shows in New York State. I'm not originally from New York, I'm from Nebraska, and I can really have been able to understand the value of all the planning effort and, focus and passion that happens in New York State. So thank you for your service as well.
Okay, thank you, Jane. Thank you. And we'll let you get on to your, John, would you like to say anything?
Well, no, I just send my congratulations to Jane. I did get to know you briefly while you were on the Planning Federation board. And it's really too bad that we couldn't have our conference this year, but this is a good alternative. And I've been sort of learning how Zoom works, the ins and outs of it. It's something I never even knew that I would want to do, but it's
Right.
a pretty thing. But again, congratulations, and it's nice being here. Thank you.
Thank you, John. I appreciate it.
Okay, and we'll let you get to your planning board meeting. Thank you. Thanks,
All right.
everybody.
Thanks
Thank
to
you
all
so
of
much
you.
for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
That was wonderful. Jane, the village is so lucky to have you.
Aw,
And we are too.
thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you. Well, do you see the beautiful flowers?
Yes.
Today?
Gorgeous.
Yeah, adds a smile for sure. Well, that was very nice, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Welcome, you deserve it.
Thank you. So I think we have a really easy night tonight, huh?
That would be nice.
Yep,
Bye-bye,
I'll
Allison.
elevate Mr. Kawa so he can present. Let's see here. I'm just checking to see. Mr. Kawa, you should be able to present the application. I think we just need to have you unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can now. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to try to get my picture up here. My technology skills are next to zero.
All you need
It's
is,
been a learning curve for all of us.
Yeah, well, I lost everything here. Hold on. No, can you hear me?
We can hear
Yes,
you,
we-
so
Okay,
if you want to just present it, and if there's anything
Yes,
that
I
needs to
have,
be displayed, I
right.
can do that.
I'm the attorney for Wings 315 LLC, which is doing business under the name of Puff City, and they've applied for a site, well, they filled out a site plan, building permit, and a sign application for the Fayetteville Commons Suite 5, which was formerly used by, I guess, a CBD. And I have with me today Mr. Mann, who's the owner of the company. Basically, they're going to be, it's a smoke shop. Probably 5 to 6 cars maximum in that plaza space. The signage will basically be similar to or almost identical to the CBD sign in terms of size. I did provide a diagram of the sign. It's basically the bigger letters, Puff City, are approximately 12 inches high. It's a brown background with white lettering. And I gave you the hours of operation in the site plan application. The, I'm sorry. Yeah. There's a little bit of renovation work that has to be done, but I did provide pictures of the renovation work. This is a franchise, and every store is basically identical. So I did provide interior pictures of a similar store in Connecticut. I believe that one is. If there's any questions, we'd be glad to take questions. As I say, Mr. Mann, the owner of the store, is with me today.
so I noticed that, I have a question. I noticed that your store is open until 11 PM every single night.
Is that correct? So what's that? The store is open till 11 PM, 7 days a week?
Yeah, 9 to 11, yeah.
9 AM to 11 PM.
I think you're the only store who's open at 11 PM in that mall.
Correct.
Other people open.
Mike, do you know how late the other stores are open?
I don't know, no.
No, I asked our code officer, Mike.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mike, are you still on?
I think he's muted, but I think you're correct, Jane.
Yeah, I
Mike,
even
go
think
ahead.
Gino's is closed by, I don't think
8
I can even, I know they stopped serving food by 8 PM, I think, 8 or 9.
I think Pasquale's Pizza Shop is the only one that's open. Is the latest one open till, let's say, maybe 9 or 10, 9,
Yeah.
9:30.
Yeah. So I don't know what the other board members feel about, you know,
Well, I mean, we would certainly consider your suggestions regarding hours of operation.
Yeah.
If it should be 10 PM.
Yeah, that's fine too.
yeah, I think a 10 PM, at least in my opinion, I think closing at 10 PM serves better in that area.
Sure.
Yeah, this is Sarah. I would agree. I just looked up Pascal's closes at 9 and Gino's,
Yeah,
I
and
think, stopped serving. So I think they might, they might not kick people out right at 9, but by 10 o'clock, it's going to be pretty dead there.
All right.
I think that it's true with Gino's, and everything else is pretty much closed by 5 or 6, if not sooner.
Yeah, Mr. Mann doesn't have any objection to 10 o'clock closing.
Well, I thought we were starting to say 9 o'clock. If Gino's is the other store in that little plaza that's open, then perhaps it should be 9 to be consistent. That's what I thought Sarah was suggesting.
No, Sarah says they take their last order at 9.
Right, no, I know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
But
Gino's,
some nights they may not still have people there. So then, I don't know. I guess I'd feel more comfortable if it was consistent.
Well, what's the board's preference? 9?
I'd be fine with 9. Gino's is closing at 8 right now. So basically you've got maybe somebody getting a takeout pizza, but you don't have customers there. So there's no reason to stay open later.
Yeah, I'm also comfortable with 9. I like 9. It fits that, the energy in that area, and you're just not going to get customers. It's not that because you're open, everybody's going to be coming in. You just.
Oh, I understand. I mean, 9 to 9 is fine.
Okay, 9 to 9 it is then. With respect to the site plan, that was the only topic I wanted to cover. I don't have any other questions. Anybody else on the board? Do you have any questions with regard to site plan?
I had a question about the parking. The application said, I don't see anything on it. It just says cars maximum.
Yeah,
at any one time.
that was my mistake. I talked to Mr. Mann about it. He thinks probably 5 to 6 cars maximum at any one time.
Even less.
Yeah, okay, even less.
That's in, when you say 5 to 6, those are the number of customers. I mean, what are the employee needs?
Oh, there's basically only one employee at one time. So
And
you're
then
only going to have, I would imagine, just one car.
And then you're expecting 5 to 6 customers at any one time.
Well, a maximum.
Yeah. It's not high volume. Does that answer your question, Jennifer?
I think that's fine. I was kind of curious to see what the CBD store had indicated, and presumably, I think there's a tracking on all this of the different uses and so forth, but I just think that actually is not a huge number, so it probably is not problematic. But I was curious to see what the approval for the CBD store had listed, to see if it's comparable.
I don't remember.
Unfortunately, I don't have that handy.
Okay,
My guess is that's comparable, Jennifer.
that's my guess as well.
My other guess is that they didn't get nearly the traffic they thought they would.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So, anybody else? Any other concerns?
Not with site plan.
No. So I think with site plan, the way you structure the interior of your store is pretty much okay. We always pay attention to the parking and the operational hours in that little shopping plaza.
All right.
Make sure things are pretty consistent and uniform. So that looks good.
Oh, Jane, I did just think of something. We had talked with one of the other tenants regarding window decorations. And I'm thinking that this is sort of an over 18 business, and just wondering like what they decorate their storefront area with.
Good question.
I don't think there was decorations per se. I think there would just probably be, something in the window like cigars and.
Cigar, vape, cigarettes.
So they're going to promote smoking, Sarah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Puff City. Come on.
Puff City.
Enable.
That's right.
They had me for the first 5 minutes of this applicant review because I latched on to the name of their LLC.
Oh,
Wings
yeah,
315. And I
well,
was super excited.
yeah,
And then I saw Puff City and my
yeah,
excitement
he
just tanked.
was originally going to do pizza and wings, but at Nottingham Plaza, that was the reason why we set up that LLC, and we couldn't let it go to waste, so we're using it for Puff City.
I have a question, and I'm just sort of double checking my understanding. By what you're describing and by the floor plan, I am assuming that this store just sells smoking products, that there isn't, say, a room where one can smoke in there, like I don't know if it's still there or not, but there was a cigar store at one point that came and they had a whole room where people could go in there and smoke. And I assume that's not going on here. This is just to sell the products that people can
Yeah,
smoke
it's just,
outside or
there's,
whatever.
there's no smoking inside. It's
Fine.
just to sell
That's
the
fine. That's
product.
what I figured.
I have a question. It has nothing to do with your site plan or your sign application. It's out of curiosity. When you have a store that is dedicated 100% to different smoking elements, vaping, cigars, cigarettes, and roll papers, I don't know what else. How does that compete against the gas stations, which primarily sell cigarettes? Can gas stations sell vape devices?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know myself. I think this business is more cigars and vaping than it is cigarette sales.
Okay.
Yes, that is correct.
So the
Okay.
gas station, I mean, I don't know that would have much, if any, effect on gas stations selling cigarettes. And
I'm
gas
just
stations
curious.
can't sell vaping or cigars, I don't believe.
Well, I'm curious whether they choose not to versus can't do it. I suspect they choose not to for whatever reason, but
Gas stations?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they would have to have a license for cigarettes, and I don't know what that license covers, if it's just cigarettes or you could sell other things. I don't know myself.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the sign permit application. And then when we're done discussing that, we can move towards managing all of it. So sign permit application. The first thing that came to my attention was the fact that the lettering itself is 12 inches. I don't know what the I is actually, but that
Oh,
your
above the eye?
flame above the
Yeah,
eye.
it's a flame, but I put down orange color. It's actually a green color.
I don't, that's one issue. The coloring of it is one issue. The issue I'm focusing on is the actual dimensions
Okay.
of both. But the decision that should be made at the outset by the code officer is that the flame is your logo, which is independent of the eye. So what that means is that your logo cannot be any larger than 12 inches.
Okay.
And your lettering needs to be 12 inches or less,
Right.
unless you want to seek a variance. You can always ask for a variance, but right now it looks like with that definition, it looks like your lettering, everything falls within code. This is an easy way to say it.
So we just need the minutes to identify that the flame is a logo.
Yeah, the flame is a logo. And again, the intent was that the words Puff City would be 12 inches high. So if the logo is going to be included, then obviously we're going to be beyond the 12-inch height.
It's not included. So I have a couple questions there, but your logo has been interpreted by the code officer to be only the flame.
Oh, okay, right.
Okay. So you get up to 12 inches for that flame. And then in our code, we also indicate that lettering can only be up to 12 inches high.
Right.
So is your P 12 inches? And so the UFF CIT is smaller than that?
Well, the P and the
Why?
Y at the end would be 12 inches. I'm
Okay,
going to say the other lettering is probably 10 inches. The smaller words, your all-in-one smoke stores is 3 inches.
so the other lettering is 6 or 7 inches. Okay.
Tell you the truth, I think the Y looks a lot like a V.
Well, it does.
That's just how I see it.
Yeah. Well, again, this is
Yeah.
taken directly from their franchise.
I understand, but it also looks bigger than the P. I don't know. There's some
It
kind
does,
of
but it's,
illusion
but if
going on there.
yeah, if you pull away, it's not. It lines up. So
So just so the applicant understands that the UFF
Yep.
and the words underneath, the you're all in one, need to together not be higher than 12 inches.
Right. And I don't think the UFF and the words underneath, I think those would total 12 inches. You go 9 for the UFF, 3 for the smaller lettering. That would be 12 equal to the puffs, to the P and the Y.
Okay. And then the flame is green in this instance with the
Yeah,
brown
the
background?
flame, I said orange originally on what I submitted, but it is a green flame.
Okay.
so the flame and the 2 Fs are the same color?
The flame and the 2 Fs? No, all the lettering is white. The background is brown. The flame is green.
We typically typically require color samples so that we're not, your brown is the same as our brown. But I'm assuming you don't have any color samples because you haven't put them
I
on.
thought I sent Karen Shepherd.
It wasn't in color.
Wasn't in color?
No.
Yeah, I don't. I have it pulled up on Mr. Mann's phone. I don't know if he can just send that to somebody on the board right now.
Is it something that's online?
Yeah, Karen, I just pulled it up. If you go to Puff City Smoke Shop, if you Google that, you could probably then show it on your screen.
Yeah, and the flame and the word
And the
smoke
word
are the ones
smoke
that are
are
green.
green. Yep.
All right.
Oh.
Let me see here if I can get that to share.
Well, Karen's
All right,
looking
but
for
there,
that.
so you can see up here.
Yeah, there you go.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was having audio issues before and didn't realize. So I was saying something and obviously no one heard me. But anyway, Sarah, can you repeat what you said about the lettering and the Puff City lettering, the letters beneath it not being more than 12 inches?
Yeah, the you and the your together can only be 12 inches tall.
I'm not sure that's exactly correct.
I don't think that's exactly correct, but the reason why I didn't challenge it is because neither one is over 12 inches. If the P is 12 inches, everything fits with the P. So I don't think we don't have to know if that's exactly correct or not. So.
But this still isn't what it's going to look like because the background, as I understand it, is brown and the lettering's white, right?
That's
So I
right.
guess the question, is this the brown?
I don't know what you have.
We're looking at the website logo.
Yeah, if you pulled it up off the Puff City website, that would be the brown.
But then what is this color of the smoke then if it's a brown back? I have to say, I think this is kind of silly that we have to be trying to imagine what the colors are going to be. I don't really like that, frankly. But I'm going with it. So, because we don't have the exact one, apparently. So if the background's brown and the letters are white, then is
Right.
the word smoke and the, looks like kind of an arrow actually, and the puff of smoke, is that still green?
Those are green, yes.
And how's that going to stand out against the brown? Okay.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
I think this is why, Mr. Kyle, I
Stands
asked.
out against the brown.
No, it's more that I don't like that we don't exactly know what it will look
Yeah,
like.
no, I agree with you, Jennifer. I thought, so my question to you, the applicant, is we went through the effort of pulling up the franchise name and logo. And I am being told that you're not following that. You're switching things around so that the lettering is white, the background is brown, and the flame and the word smoke are green.
Well, again, I mean, Mr. Mann has it on his phone directly from the owner of Puff City, and it's
That doesn't do us any good, does it? Unless you can project his phone onto the screen, it does us no value.
Mr. Kawa, can he email the picture?
can you email that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have my email address.
All right.
This is
Again, I mean,
Karen.
I don't know if the color's going to come out through an email.
If it's a colored photograph you're sending,
Who should it go to?
Kay Shepherdson.
Okay. All right.
I think the
Board,
question is,
well,
if you follow the color scheme exactly on the website as part of the franchise, Mr. Kawa, I think it would be better understood and would actually fit the scenario of most of the signs there that have usually a light colored background. I don't
Well,
know.
Karen's,
Pardon me?
I was going to say, while Karen's waiting for that email, why don't we look at the site plan and we'll do the sign second.
I understand it's a type 2 action, so we don't have to do secret.
That's correct. That's my opinion. That's a type 2 action, so we don't need to conduct seeker for either the site plan or the sign permit. So it's a matter of whether we approve the site plan as submitted. And at this point, it's as modified with the operational hours being 9 to 9.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Okay. All right. So site plan passed. With respect to the sign permit, the sign as it's proposed in terms of its dimensions fit the code, fit within the code.
Well, they're using the standard signs that are a part of that plaza, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So provided the letter height and the other normal sign specifications, I certainly appreciate and understand the concern about not having a true representation of the sign, but it's not our job to say that, well, the green's not going to stand out because
No,
it's on a
it's
brown
not. Right.
because it's on a brown background, or the letters are too small to be
Right.
seen,
Right.
or anything like that. I
That's
mean,
what they, yeah.
that's my opinion.
I agree with that. I just don't like it when I feel that we have incomplete information in
Yeah.
advance.
No, I totally and completely agree with you, Jennifer.
And also, I think originally there was supposed to be consistency within the signage in that unit. And I believe they're all white background. I'm
Well,
trying to think, is there one that's not white?
Asian Cafe,
Is Asian Cafe colored? Is it-
bright red.
It's like a
Yeah.
box inside the cream.
Okay.
Isn't it bright red?
Right, it's a red box inside on the, it's
I think it's
bordered by the
on
cream.
the panel though.
Right.
Is it, Mike, like the box is on the white panel, I think, but it's not that big a deal. It's just one of the things that we've looked for in the past is that consistency there.
Yeah, and you know, I know we have talked about it in the past, and the I guess that's like a landlord thing. You know, if he wants all the signs to have a white background, you know, I think if he didn't specify that, then, you know, it's up to the individual store owner to present something within, you know, to our code, but within the specifications of whatever the landlord gives.
I actually think it was the approval of that whole development. That's where we found the original signage. We started when people wanted to use more than one sign and the window signs, but
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan necessarily of not showing your characteristics of your brand. So
Well, I'm looking at it right now, and the Asian Cafe is red, and the Seoul Cafe is sort of a dark color too. So they have moved away from requiring white signs if they ever did.
yeah, and I'm in favor of that because I think it's good to see the brand there.
Mhm.
But as far as the size and, you know, the height of letter, certainly we can't change that of one tenant over the other.
Mhm.
And it was also, whoa, sorry, my dog moved my plaque. Can you believe that? Remember we had a discussion at one point about remember the scalloped edges?
Yeah.
And someone wanted to get rid of that, and we said, no, we wanted that to be consistent. So that was really staying consistent. And so I'm okay with that. You
Mr.
know,
Cobb, did Mr. Mann email that yet?
The email was sent to Karen with the photo.
You did send the email? Okay, I'll check again. I hadn't seen anything yet.
All right.
it's okay, buddy. It's okay.
Should we look at the minutes from the last meeting while we're
Yes.
waiting?
Yeah, and then after that, I'm ready to just make a decision on this. I don't need to wait.
Actually, I think I just got it here, so hold on a second. Let me share my screen. I just got the picture. Let's see here. All right, can you see that?
Yeah.
That's a much better rendering than what we got.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, again, brown is, I suppose it's going to come out different through an email than it is, but that's to me a fair representation of the sign. Brown background, the white letters.
Yep, no, that helps. Everything you had submitted was black and white, so it was hard to
Yeah,
visualize.
no, I understand.
Karen, are you able to print this in color?
Yes, so I
Okay,
would
so-
definitely print it for the file.
Please do. And then we'll make sure the minutes reflect our discussion of the color choices. So, okay, so with that, we now, similar to the site plan, we don't need to conduct seeker because this is a type 2 action. So for the sign also, the dimensions of this sign fall within the code requirements. And you can all now see the color allocation. So if we don't have any more questions on this, can someone make a motion to either approve or not?
I'll make a motion to approve the sign as submitted
I'll
in
second.
the electronic version.
Yeah.
With the scalloped edges as their original drawing had.
Yes. Okay. Is that your seconding, Sarah?
Yes.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed? Okay. All right. So you got your sign and you got your site plan approvals.
Very good. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, so that leaves us with meeting minutes, and thank you, Karen. I have no recommendations for any revisions or edits.
Okay.
How about anybody else?
No, great job, Karen.
Yeah, nice work. I'll move to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, very good. Now, I have one other matter. I have one recommendation. I recommend that everybody, when we're done with this meeting, You can grab a glass of wine, you can grab a glass of beer, you can grab a glass of whiskey, you can grab a seltzer. But everybody has to take one drink to all of us for doing such a great job on planning.
A toast to you. Thank you.
Toast to,
Gladly.
toast to Jane.
No
Thank you, Jane.
And some
Jane, I'll drink a
well-earned
toast to you.
recognition.
It's your leadership, Jane, because God knows I couldn't do it.
Yes, indeed. I echo that. And I think actually the first meeting that we have back together, we want to see that award in the flesh. And I think we should all toast in person whenever we are back live
I
Yeah,
look forward to
in the
that.
Village Hall.
yeah,
Something to look forward to.
that's a great
Absolutely.
idea, Jennifer. Make sure
Yes.
that's recorded in the minutes, Karen.
That's right. This has to be
Definitely
given,
recorded.
Jane's award needs to be given its proper due.
Right.
All right, guys, that was great. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the award, I appreciate the recognition. It means, it's humbling. So thank you very much.
Cheers.
That's right. Cheers to you.
Yeah, cheers. And yeah, let's all hope we can get together sooner than later. But I think it's good that we stay, with our Zoom meetings for probably until the end of the year. I think we've just got to ride out at least
Mhm.
another month.
Right.
So yeah, that sounds good. Everybody stay healthy and happy, and don't forget to toast tonight.
Okay.
So with
Thank
that, to
you.
adjourn, who's
Thanks,
adjourning?
everybody.
We need
I'll
Diane.
adjourn.
Karen,
Motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned, Dan, who seconded it?
I'll second it.
Thank
All
you.
right, all in favor?
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Thank you all.
Bye,
Bye, all.
everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
All right. Down, boy.